So today we're going to try and paint this stone here, and this canvas is 16 inches wide, so it's the biggest one I've done so far. And I guess I've got my thing set up here in terms of doing sketches. I've got the paints laid out already. Main idea though is to hang out and just have some fun. Alright, now we've got a sketch there, so the next step will be to mix colors for it. Camera setup's a little bit tricky to move around and get anything like what's going on with this, so I'm going to just leave it as it is, and of course we'll apply colors to the canvas once those are done mixing, so it might be a bit. Alright, for this last part, what I'm thinking is I'm actually going to go with one light shade for the lightest part of the rock, and also for this section, it's very similar to me. In value it's a bit darker, but shade-wise I think it's pretty close. Maybe I'll mix a little bit lighter for that to get the value in properly, and then this last part will be one shade for this, and this is going into the crown shadow. Okay, so what we've got is this stone, just the main values blocked in. Pretty happy with that overall. This one, I like how dark it is up here, but of course it's going to need to be lighter there and definitely lighter here. This area, I mean, one of the issues I have is that this photo is kind of too cropped in, and composition wise I want more around this stone, like a little bit more context. So there's going to be some question marks of what actually should go out here. In AI you call that outpainting, right? Well, anyway, you got to do this in oil painting too. Okay, so So anyway, I don't know. This kind of works, but it's a little bit on the, I don't know, kind of like army green color versus I feel it should be a little bit more yellow, less brown. So that will be something to fix, and as we put in a bit more detail there next time, I'm going to let this dry for now. And yes, over here we have some rocks, which I didn't really get into the difference in value or tone between that and the ground. The ground, I think, is kind of okay. It could be a little more yellow. And yeah, so from here I think we're good. And I actually wouldn't mind continuing to paint a bit more. I'm trying to think of what my subject will be and also what canvas to use. This is the biggest canvas I've painted on so far, and so I'm trying to go bigger just to understand like what's different about that. You know, the amount of paint you got to mix, for example, and I mean, I guess, you know, being comfortable with it in the first place, all the skills and everything. So I think this is good. Don't quite know though what to do next. Let's see, well, we'll take a moment and think about it. Alright, so I took this picture a couple years ago and always liked it. That was a good Sunday. I figure this might be a good subject for something small, and some really good painters have painted desserts and food. Let's just get that dialed in. Okay, there we go. So we'll start with a sketch like before. Just sort of summary. Made the sketch, got it blocked in with colors. Had a really hard time with blue, getting it to be both kind of a bright blue and like light enough without being washed out. And so obviously I'm not getting into the clouds yet. I'm just trying to get a value for the sky. And then, you know, a tone for the building back there. You know, thinking of the Sundae in two tones is kind of ridiculous, but that's where we have to start. So some kind of a off-white as a medium, as a kind of average of the light part, and then the whole bottom is shaded. But I just went to try and do a brown, something like the chocolate in the Sundae, really good Sundae. And then the skin tone I feel like needs a little more, little brighter, a little more maybe yellow in there. The sleeve there is okay, and I'm not sure about the people or this, like how much sort of blurred detail I want to put in there later. But I guess that's where some of the artistic license comes in. So anyway, that's the end of the stream, and thank you for joining. Hope you enjoyed it. It was good for me, just kind of a way to way to work in focus, and have a record of kind of where I'm at this point as I try to create a little bit bigger works. You know, to begin with, we did that picture of a stone, and we'll revisit that later, and we'll let this dry and also revisit it. So that's it. All right, thanks for joining. Bye-bye.